Most people who talk about NMN have been taking it for 90 days, maybe 6 months. I've been taking it for 7 years, and the data is not what I expected. I'm Dr. Elena Serenova. I have a PhD in stem cell biology. I founded NMN Bio, and I didn't start taking NMN because I read a blog post. I started because I was literally in the lab studying it. In this video, 7 years of data, what happened year by year, my full current stack, my honest take on resveratrol, NMN versus NR, and how to know if your dose is actually right for you. Let's go. My PhD was in NAD metabolism. Specifically, I was treating neuronal cells derived from stem cells with NAD plus boosters, and I could watch how they rescue neurodegeneration in real time. In 2018 and 2019, the first human clinical trials were emerging, showing NMN was safe and efficacious. So I thought, why not try it on the most convenient subject available? Myself. This wasn't unusual for me. I'd been experimenting with supplements since my early 20s, and I'll be honest with you, my interest in longevity started with Hollywood vampire movies. I'm serious. The idea that something could simply not age. I found it fascinating. And from there, I became my own N=1 experiment. In 2019, I took NMN for the first time. After 2 days, I wasn't tired anymore. That was the moment. 1 month of what I can only describe as a different energy baseline. I was finishing my PhD, and I could do so much more work. The clarity was real. But when I tried to source more NMN, I couldn't find a supplier who would give me a certificate of analysis. Companies wouldn't reply, or they'd send product with no quality documentation. I'm a scientist. I don't take things I can't verify. So I finished my PhD in 2020, and I founded NMN Bio, because if you can't find what you're looking for, you build it. Before we get into the science, if you're finding this useful, please subscribe and like the video. It genuinely helps more people find this content, and I publish new research as I do it, not 6 months after a study drops. Year 1, 2019. The science said NMN raises NAD+. NAD+ declines with age. Restore NAD+, restore mitochondrial function. Clean hypothesis. What I actually felt, I stopped being tired. Not gradually, within 2 days. I now call this the first wave. Your body establishes a new baseline, and that baseline is better. Year 3, 2021. By now, I'd moved from 250 milligrams to 500 milligrams. The Yoshino human trial had landed. Real effects on insulin sensitivity and muscle function. What I was noticing, skin elasticity. There is actually a documented study in pre-diabetic women showing NMN boosts the collagen production pathway and improves markers of insulin resistance. The biology was matching the data. My brain is now fully recovered from the PhD fatigue. After defending my thesis, I founded NMN Bio to offer myself, my family, and our customers the highest quality NMN on the market. Year 5, 2023. Moving toward 1 gram on higher output days. Something I hadn't fully expected. Not overnight. This is cumulative. Looking back, I can't separate my training improvements from the NAD+ support. The mitochondria become more efficient over time. These changes compound. They build on each other. Year 7, now. My understanding of why NMN works has evolved significantly. 1T mechanism, CD38. The enzyme that consumes your NAD+ as you age. It's a major reason supplementation matters more over time, not less. The other thing that's changed, how I think about what to stack with NMN, which I'll get into in a moment. If you are enjoying this video, like, subscribe, and share with your loved ones, so they can also optimize their health with tips by Dr. Elena. 7 years in, the single biggest change, I am never tired anymore. And my brain is never tired. People in their late 20s start asking where their energy went, where their focus went. I genuinely don't have that problem. And I'm saying this as someone who has been tracking it for 7 years, not as a marketing claim. The NMN effect doesn't work like a stimulant. It comes in waves. First, you stabilize your baseline. Weeks, not days. Then mitochondrial output increases. Then endurance. Then the skin. then the cognitive clarity that doesn't dip in the afternoon. I've experienced this pattern 3 times now, after each significant dose increase. It's reproducible. One effect I didn't see in the literature, but the mechanism fully supports: NMN and hangovers. The enzyme that breaks down alcohol in your liver, alcohol dehydrogenase, is NAD dependent. You boost NAD+, you metabolize alcohol faster. I'm not recommending anyone drinks more. I'm saying the biology is real, and the mechanism is solid. What hasn't changed? I still can't tell you exactly what optimal longevity looks like at 50 or 60. Nobody can, yet. The 7-year data I have is genuinely promising, but science is honest about uncertainty. What I can say, I feel categorically different from the 4 NMN. Here is exactly what I take. In the morning, NMN, around 1 gram per day, but I adjust. On high output days, I take more. After sun exposure, I take more. UV increases DNA damage, which drains NAD+. I also take TMG, trimethylglycine, alongside it. Here's why. When NMN is converted to NAD+, the process consumes methyl groups. TMG donates those methyl groups back. You get more efficiency from the same dose. It's a small thing that makes a real difference. The rest of the morning stack, NAD plus brain, which came directly out of my PhD research on neurodegeneration, omega-3 fatty acids, and desiccated beef liver. The liver is a whole food source of cofactors, B vitamins, copper, CoQ10. Not glamorous, but very effective. I also take quercetin and fisetin. Fisetin is a bioflavonoid included in the NAD plus brain mix. Both have real evidence. Links to everything I take are in the description. One more thing on dose, a question I get constantly: how do I know if my dose is right? Here's a simple test. If you're on 500 milligrams, try doubling to 1 gram for a week. If you feel no difference, nothing, not more energy, not better focus, nothing, then 500 milligrams is your dose. Your NAD plus was already topped up. If you do feel a difference, stay at 1 gram and reassess again in a month the same way. People always ask, do I take resveratrol with my NMN? It's been presented as a longevity supplement, and David Sinclair famously combines it with NMN. Here's my honest answer. Resveratrol does have proven benefits for cardiovascular health, yes. But if you look at the anti-aging data closely, there is no evidence that resveratrol has an anti-aging effect. And here's the mechanism. It doesn't activate sirtuins, the longevity proteins, by itself. Only in combination with other factors, including tryptophan. And tryptophan is interesting in its own right. It's a precursor in the de novo NAD synthesis pathway. Your body can convert tryptophan into NAD. So rather than taking resveratrol, I'd rather support NAD synthesis directly. I don't take resveratrol. I do take quercetin and fisetin. That's where the evidence actually is. The other question I get constantly: NMN versus NR. Which is better? I have published data on this. In my Cell Reports paper, my PhD paper on NAD metabolism and neurodegeneration from the University of Birmingham, I compared NMN and NR head-to-head in neurodegeneration models. NMN outperformed NR in every single test. Cell viability, phenotypic rescue, everything. The data is public. Search Serenova on Google Scholar. It's there. I'm also going to make a dedicated video on NMN versus NR because I think most people in this space are getting it wrong. Quick note on the science. I have a paper in Cell Reports, my PhD paper on NAD plus metabolism and neurodegeneration, and a paper in Stem Cell Reports, both from the University of Birmingham, where I did my PhD. Both are findable by searching Serenova on Google Scholar. Both open access. The NAD plus brain supplement came directly out of that research. Everything I formulate is something I've studied, tested on myself, and published on. That is the only standard I work to. 7 years, 1 supplement. If I had to take only one thing for the rest of my life, it would be NMN. Not because of hype, because of what I have seen in the lab, what I have published, and what I have experienced in my own biology every single day for 7 years. This is the most evidence-backed decision I make. If this is useful to you, like and subscribe. I publish the science as I do it. Not 6 months after a study drops, not 2 years later. For those of you who want to try NMN, all the products I take are linked in the description. We have a full range: NMN, NMN plus TMG, NAD plus brain, quercetin, and our improved berberine. Everything is formulated from the research. The reason I built this company was because I couldn't find a supplier I trusted. Now I am the supplier. Before you go, 2 things. 1. If this video was useful, please like it. It genuinely helps the algorithm get this in front of people who need it. 2. Subscribe. Actually hit the button.